Hello and welcome, Snake here. Welcome. Today I'm bringing you 7 tips that could make your campaign of Tomb Kings a little bit easier. I decide to not record a massive video, just 7. But if you want more, you could tell me in the comments. So if I forget something, put it in a comment. If you want more, put it in a comment. If you like what I do, please consider subscribing. But if you dislike it, you could help me a lot by saying what the hell I'm doing wrong. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoy it. Let's go. When it comes to Tomb Kings and choosing the starting lord, if you never had experience with Tomb Kings, I'd say start with Archon the Black. And the reason for that is because he has army capacity +1. He is the easiest to start with, because Tomb Kings rely on capacity with armies and buildings. So for the first 15 turns, you're gonna rely on one army only. You cannot increase it by any chance at the start of a game, unless you're super lucky with, I don't know, canopic jars and money, which probably you're not. Archon the Black is the best to learn mechanics of a Tomb Kings, because you can have 2 armies. Tomb Kings doesn't need money to recruit units, so you need to have unit capacity, but you don't pay upkeep and you don't pay for recruitment. So you can spam second army, you can fill up with crap, and it's still gonna be better in early stages than anyone can, any other Tomb King can provide. Exiles of Nahek. Katep has really nice starting position as well. He does have, secure area. You will be surrounded by Dark Elves, Sisters of Twilight, Dwarves. It's fairly okay position. Khemri is in the middle of a desert, so you're pretty much surrounded by enemies if you play it wrong. But if you do a couple of tricks with trading settlements for relations, you should be fine. And Khalida. Khalida is... I'd say Khalida has the biggest problem, because her terrain is really ass. She starts, with versus the vampires, the minor faction, and you're gonna have to chase them around a stupid mountain, which can cause a lot of damage to minor settlements. So her position is really the most... I'm not saying it's the most difficult, it's the most annoying one. Each one of them specialize with different units, like Khalida specialized with range units, Cetra specialized with chariots, Katep with monsters. Oh no, he doesn't specialize with anything, he's good at everything. And Archon the Black can have the Vampire Counts units, which are very nice here. You'll have a lot of fun if you want to test it out. That's what I explained. Archon the Black is to go if you want to have a nice, easy start. If you want your life to be easier as a Tomb King, I highly recommend building walls in every major settlement. There's 2 reasons why. One, overall you will establish control by building pyramids or any other things. But walls will help you protect it. If you... Katep. Katep is really far here, right? So he tends to not have option to build the pyramids everywhere, because there is no pyramids. Also, there are other aspects like corruption, unpleasant climate, stuff like that. And building, walls to a settlement will help you protect your asset from just straight up basic rebellion. Because settlement defense is not really that great. I mean, it's tier 3, tier 4, right? So you get like a 1-2 tomb guards. But in general, it's not really that good. And towers you get during the siege are just crap. But if you add walls, you get the ability. You get better towers to shoot and more units. And the more units part is, I would say, is the most important, because garrisons of Tomb Kings, it's just a pile of bones that often struggles against literally anything. So I just decide to build walls literally everywhere. And for the time being, it works. The exception is Black Tower of Archon, because you have a Black Tower that also gives you units. So, like, I get this, and then I can, on top of it also, I could build up, like, even more units, but it's a waste at this point. I'd rather have this and have slots for the final buildings that are the most important. At the start of almost, I would say, every Tomb King campaign, I would be mindful about spending. Because there are incantations, each one of Tomb Kings has it. But there is the great incantation of Tahut, which unlocks you Cascade of Souls. Requirement is owning 20 units. I think it does include heroes. So pretty much, when you have a full stack, it's usually a matter of 3 turns. Around 3 turns, yeah. So when you, outside of requirement 20 units, you need to have 5k gold. So that's why I suggest be very mindful about spending. So for instance, Khalida campaign, Libaras, I can get myself Crypt Barracks. I should take it, because why not? But outside of that, I think I would be mindful about spending. So whenever I have the capacity, I can instantly get Cascade of Souls. Cascade of Souls is super powerful, especially early on. I won impossible to win battles thanks to Cascade of Souls. I had like 2 Cascade of Souls, Lord, and 17 skeletons. And I was getting wrecked by Khorne. Usually, it's always Khorne, seriously. And Cascade of Souls did amazing job, because they can shoot. The arc of shooting is really, really nice, because you can shoot pretty much unit behind your troops. So it almost never backfire, almost. So it's absolutely worth to have it as soon as possible, because this will make your campaign, a start of your campaign, super easy. Because come on, Cascade of Souls. So be mindful about money, don't overspend, and have fun, destroying everything with Cascade of Souls. Tomb Kings have really nice ability to heal their units, and it's not by talent in an orange line or a special line. No, it's in a red line. The Resurrect is at the end of a road. So I highly recommend focusing on it if you go for like single entities. If you have an army with lots of single entities, I would say get Root Martyr and pretty much charge to Resurrect. Because Resurrect, it's gonna keep you up. It's gonna keep your troops up for much, much longer. Because it does have cooldown, but it doesn't have limited usage. So it's like Potion of Healing every 90 seconds for everyone around in the area, so affect allies in a range all. So I highly recommend focusing, even if you don't go for like infantry. If you go for infantry-based army, I would say go for it, because it will definitely improve your combat potential. Plus, you know, red line buffs units. So absolutely make sure you just get your red line to keep resurrect. The next thing might be something people won't agree with me. However, I believe, that Tomb King's roster, despite being quite limited, it's one of the better, because every capacity unit you have, you can build up an army. I mean, you can do it with literally everyone, but it works with Tomb Kings. You can have War Things, Shouty, you can have Tomb Kings, you can have literally whatever you have to your disposal. Hold on. Whatever you have to your disposal, and it's gonna work as an army. Like, I covered chariots, which I never believed they were gonna be good, and they did very nice versus like tier 5 units. Skeleton chariots is tier 2. Tier 1 is basic chariots. They're the same when it comes to, you know, statistics. You can have Ushabti. Again, tier 2, tier 3. Tomb Kings, tier 3. Sepulchre Stalkers, tier 3. You can even have Nehekaran Horsemen. However, these are not that good, okay? And upwards from this. So, like, Tomb Guard? Tomb Guard is very good. They're very good for an army. You can build up with some archers and artillery, and bam, you have like balanced army. So overall, Tomb King's roster is quite powerful, and it's literally worth to increase in every buildings. What I tend to do, I build up the, you know, the big ones, the tier 5 and the majors, but in the lower tier settlements, I build up Ushabti. And then I build chariots, I build barracks, depends on the settlements, depends what you have. Because resources and money is always priority, and the pyramids, of course, if you can. After that, you go for whatever you can get. Like here. Barracks. So, at the start, you won't have that, you know, opportunity to build up everything. But once you get stronger and pushed later into a game, you'll have opportunity to, you know, adjust your settlements. And do it. Make sure you have literally everything to your disposal, so you can build up an army and then just roll with it, instead of recruiting crap, you know, skeletons. Because Tomb King's unit roster is tied to buildings, and you need more buildings to increase capacity for certain units, which people tend to love much more than spam the F out of whatever you want, I recommend building armies, you know, by type of a unit you have. So if I have chariots, I'm building army of chariots. If I have Doom Scorpions, I'm building army of Doom Scorpions. Shapti, great army. Second chariot, yeah, I don't have infantry-based army, but because I didn't reach moment where I can spam every monster as I want to, I build an army full of, you know, late game units. By doing this, you ensure your army will have the best success compared to like army with a little bit this, a little bit that, like infantry with cavalry, with monster, with artillery. I mean, it may work, depends on the enemy you face, but definitely units, if they're the same type, they will work the best. Necrotech heroes, they tend to increase capacity with their talents, but also their traits, starting traits. So there can be Scorpion Carver, Serpent Carver, or Ushauti Carver. I think that's it. I don't remember, but from start, and these traits are the one you should look for. Otherwise, you're wasting your potential. Because there can be plenty of others. But like this one is waste, because you can have more Ushapti or Sepulchre Stalkers. I know there are the others, but the one you should look, in my eyes, the most valuable is the Scorpion Carver. And you should save these. You should save them all, to be honest. All the characters that increase capacity, because whenever you want to play campaign, you going to have heroes saved. Because those traits, yeah, it tends to take a lot of time to collect enough. Outside of that, I would say you have 3 to choose. You can increase Ushapti, Tomb Scorpions, or Necropolis Knight Sepulchre Stalkers. Okay. These two, I mean, Ushapti and these ones, the Cavalry, Sepulchre Stalkers, Necropolis Knights, can be increased capacity in a minor settlement. Of course, you cannot increase capacity of Necropolis Knights with halberds. Yeah. These are the only one you're not gonna increase capacity. But Sepulchre Stalkers and Necropolis Knights can be increased capacity in minor settlement. Same goes for Ushapti. So these are ones you should never waste on Necrotech, unless you're playing with them. That's your personal choice. But the value-wise, Tomb Scorpion's capacity to Scorpion Sting is the most valuable, because you cannot build Scorpion building in a minor settlement. So, yeah, you're wasting potential if you want to have the biggest value. It's here. The Tomb Scorpion. When it comes to these three, doesn't matter whatever you want to play, because they're all available at tier 5, so whatever. I'd say the Cambrian War Sphinx or Necro Sphinx are the best, because Hero Titan is really slow. Really slow. But in first row, absolutely Tomb Scorpion, the biggest value. Ushapti is the lowest value. These are great units, but again, Scorpions cannot be built in minor settlements, so it's harder to get them. And that's it. I hope you like it. I hope it helps you. If yes, remember to put it in a comment, because I'm looking for validation, but also I'm looking for points where I can improve. So subscribe if you like what I do. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Till the next time, take care and bye-bye.